Welcome to another My Outlander Purgatory recap. This week, we conclude our Season 8 coverage with a recap of the series finale, episode 810, And the World Was All Around Us. Ready? Then pour yourself all the drams, settle in, and let's do this.
Hi everyone.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Carol.
And we are My
Outlander
Purgatory! Hello, everyone. As you might notice, there's something a little different about the video today. We're together. Because this is it, you guys. This is the final episode of the TV show series of Outlander. Carol, thoughts?
I don't think this is the type of thing that hits me later.
I know. I'm feeling all the feels, really. Like, I don't even remember the first, like, our first recap for the very first show. Like, I don't even remember it.
I know.
And in fact, there was something that I was like, that I meant to go check on that. Because, I mean, part of this episode, which we're going to talk through this episode massively, but part of it is, there's a lot of bookends. You love bookends, so you probably you probably noticed a lot of bookends. But
if am I going to remember them or not?
But there was one thing where I was like, did they do this in the first episode, or is this from the first episode? And I wanted to like go back and watch our recap, and I just didn't do it. So what are we drinking, Carol? We decided to be fancy today because it's the last one. Slangeva. Here's to Outlander. Here's to 8 amazing seasons. We haven't done a recap together in like seasons, so I don't even remember how we do it.
When was the last time we were together?
We did the Graham thing together.
I feel like we were together recently.
And I feel like we were together because I was supposed to have a hair appointment and it got canceled. And I came down to do the recap. So maybe it's been like, I don't know, maybe it's been a year. Maybe it's been like, I don't know, whatever. But I'm trying to remember like how we even do this.
I wanted to mention, thanks to Tracy, because I forgot all about it, what we're wearing.
What are you wearing, Carol?
Ian Fraser Murray, bringing sexy back.
Because that is very appropriate
and
for
which
this
one was
episode.
Yours?
This is like from our first ever
batch
of merch. And this one also has a back to it. Can you see it?
So I still have yet to, now that we're not doing this, I might take a little time and spruce up the merch. I got to figure out how Shannon came up with and it still, once in a while, it pops up. I'd go through the stones for Jamie Fraser, but back in the day, we had the stones like bedazzled, sort of.
Oh,
but now I got to figure out how to do that.
But all the merch, you guys, these shirts, I believe, are still available on the Mop Shop.
They certainly are.
You can access the Mop Shop through MyOutlanderPurgatory.com. You can access it through our YouTube channel. All the links are in the show notes on the YouTube video. So even though Outlander recaps are coming to an end, that doesn't mean Mop is coming to an end.
Exactly. Mop's been around since 2009.
Yeah. You're going to have to do a lot more. We're like the dinosaurs, or the dinosaurs did get killed off, so that's a bad analogy. We're like the cockroaches.
Are we dinosaurs?
We're like the cockroaches. We're never going away. We just like sort of change form, perhaps. But no, we've got, you know what? We've got a trip to Scotland to like plug away Pluggy Yuggy.
I swear this is all we've had so far.
You know, and there's other shows and things that we do too that we can talk about. A lot of people are saying talk about Blood of My Blood. Which I did watch, except the last episode I still have to watch that. You have not watched that. I don't know. I think it's worth a watch for you. I think you would like it.
I will watch, but I'm not making recaps.
No, I think what we would do is maybe make one video about the show, about the series when you get through with it. Another thing you also have to get through with is reading this book.
I was thinking that last night. I was like, all right, now am I going to go back and read the book, or do I just start fresh with the next one now that I know what happens? Although this isn't what happened.
Well, I have to say, not being a book reader for this episode
doesn't matter one bit.
No, I think it's helpful. I mean, we have a lot to say about this episode, but I think that being a book reader made this episode very hard for me, because it doesn't matter like how the series ended, the TV series. I had to remind myself this book is the book and the show is the show multiple times while watching this last episode. Multiple times. Because I know what happens. Like, and you know, I mean, again, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that book 10 is coming, and guess what? Jamie's in it.
Well, and first of all, yeah. Well, although I didn't know what was going to happen because of that, like, books are the books. But, you know, being myself, I might actually enjoy the last book being Jamie-less. Solidarity.
Oh, the Widow Claire? No, that's not going to happen.
Well, you said you had a really hard time with it because of the book. I had a really hard time with this episode because it's really not fun to sit for 1 hour and watch every character on the show talk about how meaningless their life would be without their partner. And I would not want to be on this earth. And I'm sitting here like, okay. How could I go on?
Spoiler alert, you just do.
Yeah, it's kind of a slap in the face. So this whole season, and even like the last one, I sort of feel like I've gotten much more into that territory. And then last night was the explosion. I was like, just the tears. I mean, it was awful. It was awful. So.
She texted me like, I'm done. That was really hard. That was a rough go.
I see it.
I didn't even think about that when I was watching it. Because
I mean, it's not just
to
last
me,
night. It's
with my like cold dead heart, I was like, oh, for the love of God, do we have to have all of these scenes of like, it's like they thought of like every permutation of who needed to talk to who and who Jamie could talk to. And it's like, then we have to have this big scene. If Jamie said like, I'm not afraid to die once, he said it like 17 times. And I was like, oh, for the love of God. We'll get there. But I just, and this was as I was watching it the first time, and even the second time, like, there were a lot of really good Jamie and Claire scenes. Could one argue that there were too many? I think one could.
There was just a lot.
There was too much of a lot. Like,
there was just a lot of, okay, now I'll talk to you.
Right.
And the love.
Right.
And the atmosphere and my heart is, and I was like, oh, for God's sake. I almost fast forwarded at one point.
You know how I felt? I wrote this down in my notes. And I am not saying that we didn't like this episode.
Right.
I'm just sort of like giving my initial things.
Right.
I felt like they ran the entire book through ChatGPT to find like all of the really good like interactions between two people and like how much they love each other and how much like really, really good Diana dialogue, and like strung the episode together with it. Like that's because most of it, I mean, I don't know for sure. Full disclosure, Karen at the time of this filming, which is like late in the day on Saturday, Karen hasn't released her recap yet.
Oh my God.
So I haven't been able to read it to be like, okay, this is totally not for the books, this is Tom. But I feel, just knowing Diana's writing as well as we do now, I feel like the bulk of it was if not necessarily in this book, from other interactions that the characters have had. Like, I feel like Diana wrote 3/4 of this episode. I really do, because it's just so her, and so all the interactions were really nice.
It was
but like you know, my favorite was totally spoiling here. My favorite was Rachel and Ian, because it was like da, 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 da. That's it. That's far enough. Kiss. Bye.
I know. I never liked Rachel more. I'm done. Keep going.
I was like, God love you both. I just spit. God love you both.
Have a little more of this. That
No,
might help.
Yeah, no, that was my favorite one.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, and Tracy always says, like, you guys know, like, her job's crazy. And Tracy got here today, and I'm midway through 14 different, like, chores. I just noticed, I'm like, I don't even have earrings on. Like, our brains aren't 100% there. So then you sit down and watch an episode like that, and you're like, wait, what?
Right,
Wait, what?
Right. I know you only watched it once. I watched it twice.
I can't. I literally will never watch that again, ever. It was pain. It was nothing but pain and suffering for me for an hour. And until we got to Far and Away.
Oh my God, it's so true. Oh my God, it's so true.
I'm gonna tingle.
Oh my God, it's so true. I love people diss that movie. I love that movie.
Don't come at me.
Don't come at me for that movie.
Are you kidding me? I love that movie.
I love that movie, but you're absolutely right. Oh my God! But Nicole Kidman did not have blue light coming out of her. So
either that, or he says he's not dead. Bring out your dead. He says he's not dead. Oh, let me tell you something, and I'm going to say this right now. I knew I almost stopped and called you, but that was like, Carol, you're never getting through this episode. I almost stopped and called you when I was a little annoyed. As Tracy, and you all know that I can't stand spoilers. I haven't even talked to poor Duchess. I have to email Duchess, I'm sorry. When they showed Claire in previously on Outlander, and she's with her, and they're, how many seasons ago was that? And I remember clearly from the books, I loved it, and I never really felt like they did much with it. La Dame Blanche.
Oh, La Dame Blanche.
Because it hit me. I had forgotten with my brain. I forgot. And then it all came crashing back. And I went, oh, yeah. The baby and the La Dame Blanche and her hair is going to go completely white. And I went, oh, Jamie is going to, it's both. Yes, he's going to die, but he's going to live because Claire's going to go completely white and bring him back. And I knew in the beginning of the episode how it was going to happen.
You hadn't figured that out from when she brought the baby back?
No.
Wow. I mean, who here had figured that out?
No. I figured out the La Dame Blanche connection with bringing the baby back with blue light and the white hair. Her hair would get, wait a minute, her hair would get lighter every time, like whiter every time. More of her hair would get white. I didn't put the connection together of, duh, yeah, he is going to die, but duh, she's going full on white, platinum, because she's going to bring him back. Until last night at the very beginning of the episode.
Oh.
And I was pissed.
I just kind of assumed that everybody had figured that out.
No.
Because, like, yeah, I mean, and that's one of the reasons we made fun of Jamie last week, because like, you would tell anybody who would listen that, like, yes, Frank says that I'm going to die in this book. Like,
oh so, my God, is Tobias Menzies' voice the hottest thing you have ever heard? Oh,
I love that. Okay. All right. Let me just finish. There's so much to say, you guys. Yeah, Jamie you couldn't forget that Jamie's supposed to die. And then you see Claire bring a baby back to life.
You couldn't forget because they wouldn't shut up about it.
Okay. And, yeah, but you like, yeah, I would like to know if any of you put two and two together out there. And but the other thing is, and we're going to talk a lot about this, did she bring him back?
Well, for a minute there, I was like, is she dead too? The hell's happening right now?
A lot of people think she is.
And then where do you think my brain went? Tracy was there for it all. Like the obnoxious, rude humor that isn't funny, but it is. Like, I did not crawl in the bed with Tom. I Jackie O'd Tom. He was gone, and so was I. That was not my husband. I don't know who or what that was, but that was not my husband. I was out. And then I'm watching that last night, and she's all, and I'm like, oh shit, am I a bad person? Like, I just...
See, I thought that ending was, you were going to think that they were vampires now.
Oh my God. Oh my God. New Moon, Outlander, Purgatory, New Moon.
Because it was really Bella, like... Okay. And I really was going to say that, like, okay. I started to say, oh my God, I'm like crying already, like, from laughing.
Do you want... keep going. If you want orange juice,
I might get a spot of orange juice. We might change these to mimosas, you guys, because I'm not, like, a super duper fan of champagne. Well, I think this is Prosecco, which I like more. Here,
is it?
I feel like it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I'm going to say this, and the reason I asked you if you watched it again, I think this requires a rewatch, this episode. At least it did for me. Because I watched it the first time, and I was like, I gotta say, I don't love it. I don't love it. Like, what the hell? And, like, again, the idea of, like, in my mind, I wanted the show to end, and I still, like, I might still feel this way. I wanted the show to end with no end. I didn't want an ending. I wanted them living their day, and there's Jamie coming in from the barn for, like, you know, some scones, and there's Claire in her surgery, like, doing all the stuff, and there's everybody running around, and there's, like, you know, Brianna inventing whatever.
What the frick ever.
And we just sort of see that life on the ridge is life on the ridge, and we fade to black. That's the ending I wanted.
Now, wait.
Maybe it's super boring, but that's what I wanted.
Did you want to know whether or not it was really happening?
Yes.
Like, you wanted to see all of that, but not know, but no, yes, he lived, this is happening? How would you feel about them doing that, but you really never know?
I think that's how it is, because I think again, and this is where it's hard to separate being a book reader. I think they live because I know he lived because I know he lives. He lives in the book, okay? He lives in the book.
The last book?
What, in book 9?
The most recent book, he lives.
I mean, maybe they'll kill him off in book 10. I don't know
what's going to happen.
But, like, the original source material that was adapted for this show episode, he lives. So, like, that's why I kind of figured, like, it was going to go down more or less like it does in the books. And I thought the ending would be no ending. Like I said, it's just, like, everybody, like, the ridge is going to be okay, you know.
How did it go down in the books?
It went down. Do you want to talk about that now?
Sure.
Okay.
It's done.
It goes down in the books.
I can talk about anything.
It goes down in the books.
That was really scary.
I mean, in some ways, in a similar manner. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of things to say about how, like, one real huge problem I had, I mean, I guess it's not a problem per se, but I just didn't like it because it was weird, was that Jamie gets in the book, Jamie gets shot more organically. I think Ferguson still shoots him, but, you know, it's basically like, you know, in the show, you think Ferguson is going to shoot him, and then Jamie, like, gets the sword out of or the gun or whatever, and he's done. He gets captured, right? In the book, Ferguson shoots him, which makes total sense, and, like, he gets shot multiple times. Okay.
Everybody.
I feel like I'm being like all right. So one thing I didn't like from the show was that didn't happen, and Ferguson had been captured. And Ferguson, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ferguson is a British officer, right? And Jamie, as the officer, and I'm not really sure why it wasn't Campbell, maybe he gets killed, or even Cleveland, because I don't know if they outrank Jamie, but Jamie goes up to Ferguson, who is a captured British officer, and is like, "Sir, do I have your surrender?" And Ferguson's basically like, "F you, no, boom." I mean, and he gets what's coming to him, but what's really coming to him, and what I really almost wish they had waited for, but again, it's the end of the show, so whatever, is like a big-ass court-martial, and he gets, like, effing, you know, hung and, like, drawn and quartered. That's what I wanted for Ferguson. But, like, to go down that way was just really weird to me.
Ferguson's the Cersei of Outlander.
I mean, why, I don't know, because I think they wanted to fake us out. I think they were maybe trying, because, like, that's not how it happens in the book. And like maybe book, because I was at this point, like when he doesn't get killed, when I think he's gonna, I'm like, okay, let's see where this is gonna go. And I just thought I didn't like that. Whatever. Oh, okay. So in the books, he does get shot in a way more organic way. Another big difference is that Claire, and I sort of missed this a little bit. Claire is very healer mode at first. You know, Claire is freaking out and crying and whatever, but she's also like, you know, where are the wounds? Where are the wounds?
I was waiting for that. She didn't rip his shirt open.
She does triage.
And then I was like, it's down here. It's not really as high up as the heart. Why aren't you ripping his shirt open?
Right. She does triage. I know he's shot in the knee.
Oh, she just left her bag back there.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
He's shot in the knee. I feel like, I forget if she thinks this now or afterwards, but it's like, okay, not a problem. Not life-threatening. Like, you know, whatever. And she sees that where it is, and the bullet. I mean, it's like, it's bad. It's bad. She knows it's bad. So at that point, I think she's like, we got to stop the bleeding. She tells Ian to give him honey water. You know, Ian is like it's not like it was in the show where they're just all standing around like, oh my God, like what's happening here? No, it's like Ian's like, Auntie, what can I do? And she's like, give him honey water, like whatever. That doesn't last for very long because
Ian,
clearly,
get my bag. Oh wait,
that doesn't last for very long, obviously, because he really is like mortally wounded. And then the other big difference that happens from the books, and I don't know, maybe I'm making this up, I don't know. She does stay there with Jamie all the rest of the day, all night long, and into the next day. But it's not, you don't really know what happens, or it's all very vague in terms. It's one of those, like, you know, Claire is with like Faith and time has no meaning, and you don't know how much time passes, and you don't know what's going on around. So nobody really says what's going on around until a little bit later. Like, basically, they don't just all leave. You know, I feel like Roger and Ian at least stay. I feel like they, at some point, you know, Jamie, she heals Jamie. We don't really know when. And again, sorry if I'm totally making this up, you guys. I don't think I am. Eventually, they, you know, she sort of comes out of it. And I think it's Roger that's like, he's alive, Claire. I don't know what you did. I don't know how it happened, but he's alive. And I get the sense that they've sort of, while Claire and Jamie are like out of it, have made like maybe a makeshift triage area or something, because they're like, do you think we can move him? Because Roger Mack found a house nearby, like a Crofter's Cottage nearby, and we can move him there if you think.
There's a bookend.
So, I know, right? So that's how it goes down. Claire is not left alone. I kept being like, where are the coyotes? Like, I mean, this dude's like in rigor mortis now. I thought the same
thing. He's bleeding. They're gonna smell it. And wild animals.
I know. And I mean, in the book, it's just not really like Claire's just like, please. And then you get into that like vague, like time has no meaning. Like time's passing. Time just whatever. So, but he's very clearly alive when you know, at the end of all this. And the big thing with this, with the TV show ending is, we don't know. Like, the audience, I've read interviews with both Katrina and Sam, and they're like, yeah, we don't really understand the ending.
But isn't that, you just said it's kind of the way the book ended, that Roger was like, I don't know how you did it, but you healed him.
But that's not how the show ends. The show ends with like this whole montage of like the ghost, and we see the ghost, and all this, and then there's the zooming in, and then they open their eyes and there's a gasp. I will say
Tom Cruise sits up.
I will say this. So yeah, I mean, like we're sort of got off track here, and we'll get to the full recap in a second. The first time I watched it, I was like underwhelmed. I was like, I did not love this. The second time I watched it, I would say to you,
no,
to start from the battle.
Pain.
Start from the battle.
Too much.
Okay. You don't need to see all the like little conversations. I have my understanding of what happens at the end. I have my understanding of what happens at the end. And I made it up, and I don't care if it's right or wrong. I do that all the time. But we'll get to that. But I like that understanding hitting me made me a little teary because the first time around didn't shed one tear. I mean, you might have, but for different reasons. Then no. Second time when that hit me, I was like, oh my god. Let me ask you this: did you watch all the way through the credits?
Yes. Because I was thinking about Tom, because Tom, since the day I met him, would always sit through every credit in every movie we ever went to. So I just got used to doing it. And then I was thinking about him while I was watching, and then the credits started rolling, so I sat there and watched all the names.
Did you watch Beyond the Names?
I watched all the way until they were advertising the next show. Why do you think I said to you, Karen got an awesome shout out?
Okay, all right.
And you were like, oh my God, I didn't even put that together. She's like, what's your name, Karen? And she's like, oh, well, Karen's a great name. And I'm like, Karen Henry, you go, girl. And I was laughing because I was like, how many times have we done this? With Diana sitting at the table. Remember?
I know.
Fairfax?
I know.
We were the last ones in line. It was 2 a.m. and God bless that woman. She sat there the entire time. And the person in front of us had like yay.
And we had a group of like 7 people. And yeah. No, Diana's a goddess. But like my interpretation of the ending makes sense with that. Let's call it an epilogue. All right. Okay.
And the book. And her. The book while she was sitting there.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. I'm not going to do it now. I want to do it at the end. Okay. All right. Let's. I also we haven't really talked about going to Scotland, and we're going to do a separate video on that. But like, we're going to Scotland. Read all about it. The link is what
we're doing an official video about it next week with Lisa from Prime Tours.
Yeah.
So
you'll learn more about.
Stay tuned because if you guys want to learn more about. I don't know how we're going to do that either. Are we going to try and do that live, or are we going to ask questions?
We're going to figure something out.
So be on the lookout because within like the next week we're going to do a video with Lisa and answer some questions.
Okay, my notes are in front of us, and Carol never reads my notes like as we're doing this. So don't.
I've never seen your notes.
Don't look at that.
I've never seen your notes before.
I know. I don't. You know how we've done this before, like in whatever.
We've never done this before.
No, we've recapped together before, but I don't know what I did with my notes. I also have them on my phone, but I think it's going to be easier to do this.
You do you. I don't have. I did. There was no note taking going on last night.
Okay. All right, you guys. The episode title is "And the World Was All Around Us."
Love that.
Do you know what that's from?
The world. I was trying to remember why I know that's from. I feel like is it from a song or is it from a like a Broadway show or something? What is it from?
I believe. Well, there is a Broadway show, and the world goes round and round, which is maybe what you were thinking of, but it's the last line of Outlander. And the world was all around us, like new and bright, or something like that.
You're giving me chills. You mean Outlander Book 1? Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is what I love about Diana. She works in the coolest stuff.
Our writer is Matthew Robinson.
I'm saying
Robertson.
But did Diana name these? Would Diana have even named it that, or did the writer name it?
No, I think the writer named it. I mean, maybe she suggested it. I don't know. And to be honest with you, other than it being, I mean, I guess it's sort of thematic. Other than it being the last line of Outlander and talking about promise, like to me, that's what that means. Like. They've just found out that they're having a baby. They're like, Jamie's healed. They're going to go to France. They're going to start a new life. And so it's promise. And like the way that they end the series, the ending, is basically or at least to a degree, like, do they live or do they die? I don't know how Claire would die. Like a lot of people are saying they both died. Like, did Claire will her? Do you think Claire willed herself to die? Like, how is that possible? I don't understand that at all.
I mean,
I don't get that at all. I don't know, whatever. Okay. All right. So the writer is Matthew Robertson, and the director once again is Amir Conroy. So our cold open is just a sky full of stars. We see the North Star. It was very pretty. The North Star that guides us. Then we pan down to sparks and then fire, and it's the fiery cross.
Oh my god!
Loved that. Loved it.
Wait, was it the actual? You mean just the fire? Like they had a
It's
fire?
a fiery cross.
Thank you, because I was like, wait.
I mean, I guess they have to make a new one with each battle because that one.
Because that's what they did.
Up.
I loved the concept because that's what they did, and Diana would write about that, and they would burn the cross before battle, and blah 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 blah.
Right. But
it's a little over the top in some ways.
No, I liked it. I mean, I guess
it seemed like a Broadway show to me. Like I just
it's the end of Act 1.
I'm sorry because I keep talking about Tom, but oh my god, these are the times that I wish he was here because he would have had such an opinion on that.
I like the Fiery Cross. I mean,
he would have had a good opinion on the Fiery Cross. Did he get that far? I don't know if you read the Fiery Cross.
No, I don't think he did. I think he got through maybe
drums.
4 or drums.
I think he was on drums. Yeah.
But the best. So I loved this whole scene. I loved it all. They're ready to go into battle. Jamie says, "Je suis prêt." Roger, I loved that Roger and Buck, who are the Mackenzies, say, and I don't know how to say it, but like that Tuligart art, which is the Mackenzie call to battle. Love.
Right.
It's a pep rally. That's what you really want to.
I like it. I like the concept. I like the thought of all of them doing that. For me, it just didn't. It was fine. It just was a little, if I spot any overacting, then I'm completely out of the scene.
I mean, like, there were a lot of speeches. A lot of Jamie as leader speeches.
Yeah.
I would say maybe a little this could have happened.
Yeah.
But this is the first one. So this is, and again, like, they're, like, having the battle cries of the clans. It really harkened back to, like, the olden days of old.
Oh, the gathering.
It felt really Scottish.
Yes.
And then we
the big Celtic cross burning in the front yard definitely feels pretty.
Yeah, I liked it. I really liked it. Then it transitions into the original starting. Did you notice that?
No.
It was the original, like, not just the original singer, but like the original starting with the original, like, images.
I think it's amusing that you're saying this because I didn't even notice because it started, and it's funny because, oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. Oh my god, who sings it now?
Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox. Hers kills me. Like I usually fast forward because depends on the mood I'm in. I don't want to cry, and it makes me cry every time I listen to it. But because some of those words really resonate with me. And last night, Keelan heard me in there, and I immediately fast-forwarded it because I was already verklempt, and I was like, I'm not sitting through this and getting sad, more sad than I already am. And she goes, oh, geez, it's the finale, and you fast-forward through the starting, and she's in here, and I'm in there. And I was like, oh, my God, I just totally got gone.
I didn't notice till the second time. I did fast-forward through something. Want to guess what it was?
No, get there and then tell me.
Okay. Both times.
Ooh, Lord.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you basically you don't want to miss the starting credits or the ending credits, and I didn't notice that it was that original starting credits until like the second watch. Okay, Easter egg is purple flowers at the stones. Those are the ones Claire went back to. The one she was looking for the stones.
There's some bookends.
There really is bookend.
Mm-hmm.
So we open at the big house. There's a Jamie voiceover, and we figure out that he is writing his last will and testament.
Oh, I love that.
And there's sort of a montage of everybody that he's leaving stuff to. I feel like this was familiar. Like, I feel like this is from the book somewhere. But maybe it's more like, Claire comes in and she's like, what you doing, Jamie? He's like, I'm making my will. I'm giving this person. But I don't know that it was like, thank you. I don't know that it was him reciting, But we see Claire with the bees, and she gets everything except these little things, these little exceptions. Bree is making a gun. Jem and Fanny are getting water or something, and the kids are running around. Roger, poor Roger. Roger. What? Bree's like, here you go, Bree. Here's 2,000 acres of my land. Roger, you get to give out the books to the children.
Oh my God.
Roger. Ian gets the tools and the weapons. Marcelly's another one. It's like
Marcelly got a little with her spinning wheel.
I mean, yeah, she had a little shout out in the montage, but she gets pens and paper. Like, okay, thanks, Jamie. I mean, maybe she's really rich now. Hopefully, I wrote down. Hopefully, at this point, she doesn't need anything else. And then let's talk about William here, because William gets. I'll have like a spot of that. William gets whiskey and he gets a Bible, but you know what else he gets? Totally outed as a bastard.
I know. But then poor Fergus, my only biological relationship.
I know. It's like, really? You know,
the one who kissed your butt all these years and lived for you.
But no, I mean, like, I don't remember this part. I remember something about his will and leaving things to people. But like, is this I hope this isn't a public document. I hope like he's not going to go take this to get it notarized or anything, because like,
what are you saying?
He's out. No, he says, and to William, the son of my loins, William James Fraser, otherwise known as Lord William Ransom.
I know, he totally outed him.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Yes, his real. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Lord of the Rings and this and that and the other thing.
So hopefully it was just going. Ooh, no, that would have to be made. That would have to be made. Maybe not public, but it would have to be like registered with the.
Well, I mean, now it will. I don't know if it's as big.
No, I looked those up
on that.
I looked those up on the internet from 100 years ago. I mean, I don't know what they were doing in 1770. When was that? 8?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's finding a notary. I don't know, but it was weird to me.
Answer us if you know.
That he was like,
Oops, sorry.
I was going to put a little spot.
I got spots. Keep
a little
going.
spot.
Keep going.
Yeah, it was weird to me. Okay. Here's my other note, and here's just me being picky or being like, what? Really? Wouldn't Jamie already have a will? Given that he's like the laird of Fraser's Ridge, he's already fought in a million battles.
Right.
I said, the only difference here is that like Frank has said, Frank's book to Carol. Did you know Frank's book said he's going to die in this battle? James Fraser dies.
Oh dear God! I don't think I ever heard that.
You're going to die, James Fraser. So and you can tell. You know what?
Does this use this?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can.
We're gonna find out.
Gosh.
Point it that way.
We're opening champagne like a wine bottle, but it show them the bottle. Like it kind of looks like you should use a corkscrew, right, for this.
We're gonna see what happens. I'll aim it that way. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, like you could tell in this episode. I mean, I think you could always tell, but like he talks about it so much in this episode. Jamie's really rattled by this book. I think that he's really like believing it.
I think he's been believing it for weeks.
Well, but he doesn't like. I mean, now that it's here, maybe it's just easier to sort of tell. I guess I don't know. All right, so it's morning, and we see Claire and Jamie lying in bed. I sort of feel in some ways this is the best scene in the show.
I loved it.
It's clearly all from the book.
I wanted to climb in there with them.
I know. It runs like 8 minutes. So this was the scene where they were all like, yell and scream all you want, people. We were taking our time about it. We are taking our time about it. However long this is going to be is however long it's going to be, and everyone can go F themselves if they don't like it. But it was. What are you scared to do it? Okay. It was it was all Diana's writing. I'm positive about that. They're like, let's just pretend it's just like any other morning. I
could feel that. Could you feel that?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, what this must be like. Have people been through this? What, just laying there, not like it's just a day. You're home. You're in your bed. Everything's fine. But like, it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, and I feel like they put too much stuff. Like it's sometimes you just talk too much with all of these talks that everybody has. Like this scene really helped in terms of like making it real, you know, making what's about to happen real. So there, you know, Claire's like like it's good to know life on the ridge will go on without us. She tells the story about the two bees asleep holding each other's feet.
Oh my God, I loved that. I've never heard that because I didn't read the book.
That is from the book. That is from the book. Jamie, I forget about, did Claire teach him this poem about bees? Did he know it, like, from just knowing it? Like, I don't even know. Jamie says, you know, he's sort of, like, pondering about what heaven might be like, and he says, I've lived longer than I thought I would. If I make it to heaven, there must be some accommodation for seeing how your family's getting on. Yeah, it was just really nice. Then Claire talks about the vase, like talks about not having a sense of home, remembers the vase from episode 1 and what it represented. She didn't get it because, I love this, she didn't, Jamie's like, did you go back and buy it? She's like, no, because I went to Craig and Dune the next day and the rest is our history. Love that line. Love, 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 love. And Jamie basically is like, you know, I have everything I ever wanted except one thing, which is I want to sleep in a flower with you holding your feet.
That was so cute.
That was just a lovely scene. It's a lovely scene, start to finish. It wasn't one shot, but it was, you know, I started thinking like technically about the camera. There's maybe 2 camera angles. So there were stretches of this where it was one shot.
Yeah.
Katrina and Sam.
Slow and fast golf clap. It was awesome. It was just what we needed.
It really was. It really, like that, you know, everybody talks about like more Jamie and Claire, more Jamie. That was classic Jamie and Claire. If the show had ended right there, all good. All good. All good. All right. Roger and Bree get their goodbye scene, of which I wrote nothing down, so I don't think it was. So...
Is this the one you were talking about before that you were like, guess which one I fast forwarded?
No. No, it wasn't one of the scenes. It wasn't one of those little scenes. It was something else. Okay. And I'm surprised I didn't fast forward this. Claire and Fanny. And I'm sorry, I'm going to swear, you guys.
Oh,
I just have written down here, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm so over it. I'm so over that child. Acting amazing.
Acting, yes.
Actress amazing.
Yes.
Acting amazing.
Amazing.
Like one of the best on the show. Amazing.
But so good.
My God, they literally could have gotten the same scene of her from 3 episodes ago and just hit play. Because all she does is cry about something.
I feel like, you know who she's like, she reminded me of? If you watch The Lost on the Prairie, Mary Ingalls, what's her name? Melissa Sue Anderson was really good at crying. Really good at crying. So Mary would cry all the damn time. And I feel like this actress is really good at crying too, because they caught on to that like really early on when she's on. And that's why they just have her cry all the time, because she's really good at it. You know, Fanny's like, you said you'd always be here, and now you're going. You lied. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Because
I can't.
We're not attached enough to you. We feel bad for you, and I can't wrap my brain around it. I understand. Faith is your mom. They got screwed. Jamie and Claire got screwed. Raymond needs to answer for something.
Okay, good luck with that.
But we don't know you, Fanny. You're adorable, but go away.
And all you do is cry and threaten and yell at people for leaving you. And I mean, again, I get it, but like, life sucks and then you die, Fanny. Like, come on. You know,
I just feel like as an audience member, like, there are other people that I would rather.
Yes. This episode, I think, was an hour and 11 minutes without this scene, which I think I didn't time the scene, but it had to have taken 4 minutes. This scene, you could have cut the whole thing out.
That was 3 minutes.
Right out. What purpose did this scene serve? I almost said 99.
3 minutes and 59
seconds. It was 5 minutes.
Seconds.
It was 5 minutes. There's absolutely no reason to spend 5 minutes of this show on Fanny if there's someone. Yeah, someone needs to explain her purpose to me. You guys, explain it to me like I'm 5. Explain what purpose Fanny served in this episode, other than to like be like, ladies shucking the corn, like, don't, you know, we can't complain.
Oh my God, schooling them, schooling the adults. Oh, Carol has a
maybe
problem
that's
with
where
that.
why you needed to have this scene that she's sort of like, she's telling Claire what, like, or she's telling them what Claire told her,
like she's a little Claire.
Like she's little Claire.
She's little
exactly.
Claire.
Oh my God, I hated it. I hated it.
I just have to tell you guys that I've never sat here and looked at Tracy's notes before. It literally says Claire/Fanny. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm telling you, I just said, that's what I said.
I can't wait to see to where we're going, because yes, I
don't want Carol to know where we're going.
That is 100% right there.
Okay, yeah.
Well, Carol's also off to the side got a video about how to get the damn Prosecco cork out. The thing was like, do not use a wine opener.
Oh no! My God. Well, no. That said it, or that looks like you could use a wine opener.
The Google AI said it, but I'm watching her. But basically, they're saying twist the. I've opened champagne before, but this is a totally different cork.
Guys, I am super scared of champagne bottles. I have to do it outside in the backyard like this.
That's what I'm kind of.
Yeah, and you're doing it the way you're supposed to do it. Like John would do it the same way. He's
away
good at it.
With the.
They scare me.
I don't think I'm making a dent in getting the. Oh. All right, maybe I am. Keep going.
Okay. No. Yeah, the actress is good. She is. She's really good. But were they just like, wow, she's a great crier, so let's have her cry all the time?
Oh my God, the cry fest.
Oh, and here's the other thing. Why does Fanny get this scene? And then I feel like she gets another one with Jamie. No, maybe she doesn't get it. She got one with Jamie last week. She gets one with the ladies, you know, whatever. And the OGs, the OG grandkids, Jem and Mandy, get nothing. Justice for Jem and Mandy. That's what I have to say here.
Same.
Justice for Jem and Mandy.
I kept waiting. Where are they? What's going on? Why are we hearing from Fanny?
Right. It's not like they're bad actors. It's not like, I mean, like, you know, they're all children. I'm not gonna like say who's better than this or that or whatever. But I thought Jem and Mandy were like last season when they had a lot of story and they had to really do some acting. They were good. Like, who didn't want Jamie and Jem like taking a little walk, having a little talk? Granda, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
Like, who didn't want to see that? But no, instead we got another effing Fanny crying scene.
Yet another Fanny crying scene.
It's a good thing the show's over, because I'm done with Fanny. Done.
Over her.
Yeah, explain her purpose to me like I'm 5. Okay, moving on. Jamie and Bree, I was like, didn't they get a goodbye last week? I thought so, but okay.
Some of this I really felt like was not just telling the story. It was closing out the show.
Yes.
Giving the actors, you know what I mean?
Well,
giving the audience a closure for everybody and a last chance to see them.
I think that they...
You want to pause?
No, wait. I'm just like...
Don't you be pointing that towards me.
No, I just...
See, usually it's like a bulbous... I've done this before with champagne bottles, but I'm not kidding. Like you are pointing that toward me. I'm not kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm taking it back. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't need another Bree Jamie scene. That said, I did like the whole, like, you know, Bree, you look like your mother. Like, I feel like Jamie This was possibly Sam's best scene. Possibly.
Wow, really?
Because again, I looked them in the eye. I looked all of the actors in the eye because I think your eyes do your acting. And Jamie's eyes in this scene just got a little misty, got a little like.
Well, because she was calling him, telling him she loved him. I love you, Da. I mean, that
right.
was...
Well, no. I mean, it's the part where he says, "You look like your mother in love, exactly like her." Like that was just really, 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 really great. I mean, scene had a lot of good Sams. Sam had a lot of good scenes, but this one was really nice. It was really nice.
Agreed.
It was fine. You know, I feel like we got their goodbye last week, but hey. It's like Oprah. You get a goodbye, and you get a goodbye, and you get a goodbye. Okay. Ian and Rachel, we've already talked about. I was like, possibly the best goodbye scene. Rachel, this is far enough. No words. Just kisses him. The nod. She just nods to him. He nods back, and off he goes.
Because they've already all had their goodbye. We might not have seen it, but it's understood that their real goodbye happened in bed. Their real goodbye happened before they, you know what I mean? So I think it's kind of interesting because I don't know how I would be in that kind of situation where the husband's going off and we've already had the big goodbye. Because part of me is like, how could you not be, pulling him by the leg? Don't go. But maybe we'd be the same way. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, goodbye. We already said goodbye.
Right, exactly. I would like that with Claire, too. I would have liked one of the 7 goodbyes that they had be like, sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say that? Or that wasn't just in my head?
Funny.
To be like, on your feet, soldier.
Yes. There was one line when we get to it all.
On your feet, soldier.
Because that's a Claire line.
Yeah.
This was the funniest. Was that not funniest? But did it hit you? Did it hit you guys? Jamie's gone off to battle a million times. It's just that this one, Frank's book got in his head.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's exactly what it is.
Like Jamie's gone off to harder battle than this.
Yes.
And
yes, 100%. But he got into his head is a really good analogy or a good way to describe it, which is why probably they had to do the fake out of Jamie. This is where Jamie you'd think he'd get shot, but it's not. And just like times before, just like when we die in the fire, it doesn't really happen because there's like some sort of misunderstanding, and maybe Frank effed it up, or maybe he just read the wrong thing or something.
Right.
But no, it really does happen. It's just not in a way that I like. But whatever.
Why didn't Frank tell him exactly the way it was going to happen?
I know. Wouldn't that be sort of like historic? Like
just stay away from Ferguson.
Then Ferguson totally shoots, the presiding officer of the rebels in cold blood. After when he's supposed to be surrendering, after he's been captured. Like, I think that's pretty historic.
Because for like 5 seconds at some point early on, I was like, well, maybe Jamie's going to get mixed up with somebody else. I kept thinking about like Culloden and them rolling Jamie out like behind the scenes because somebody owed somebody a favor.
Well, Claire thought that guy rolling down the hill was Jamie.
I know, that was so funny. I was like, girl, that would never be Jamie. But honest to God, I was like, you know what? Maybe it's just going to be something as simple as somebody else gets mistaken for Jamie.
I mean, maybe, but clearly not.
And Frank effed all of us.
I know. All right. Now Jamie's taking his turn with the bees. I don't know if this is the first time Jamie's ever talked to the bees, but see, I feel like in the show, Jamie is the one, I don't really remember, but I think in the show, Jamie's the one that told Claire about the bees. That the bees, you go and talk to the bees. In the books, it's not. I feel like it's John Quincy, whatever his name is. John Quincy, not Adams. John something Quincy, whatever. The mountain man guy that pops in and out from time to time.
I did not know until we went to Scotland the last time, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in Scotland, I swear, I think we might have been in a gift shop. Like somebody talked about it in Scotland I'm like, oh, now I get it. This is why go tell the bees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, but in this book, it is that John Quincy guy who just happens to be there for like passing through. And he's like, oh, your great beehive. Do you talk to the bees? Because you should. Because, they want to know all the news. And they'll, spread the news to far and wide. Da-da-da-da. So, in that scenario, Jamie, didn't come up with that. In the show scenario, I think Jamie told Claire. But I don't know how much he converses with the bees, up to
regular
this point.
Basis.
It's sort of like, hey, bees. I know you talked. Hey, I know you talked a lot to Claire, but I don't really know. I suppose you could talk about the weather or whatever. No, but that said, I thought it was a very nice conversation. He says, if she comes, if she comes to you to talk, take care of her, feed her, take heed for her. I trust you with her. And he remembers a little more of the bee poem. I just wish I remember where he learned the bee poem to begin with. I don't remember.
I was trying to figure that out too.
I shall have some peace, for peace comes dropping slow.
And I was like, dropping slow. I don't know, I wasn't expecting him to say that. And I have to be honest with you, so mortified. Last night I had to keep turning on the subtitles.
Oh, I heard people say you should watch it with subtitles for this episode.
I didn't want to, and as someone who watches nothing but Korean television, I watch subtitles all damn day. But, okay, I don't know why I just said that. Every night. But I had to turn them on. And then I was stopping. I don't want to watch it with subtitles. So I would turn them off. And then I was like, wait, what? I have to know I have to, even one word. I'm not missing this. Mm-hmm. And then I would go back, and finally I gave up and just left them on. Dropping slow.
I think that's it. And what was so interesting about this scene is that it feels like Jamie's just kind of walking the ridge, comes upon the bees, has something to say, has a talk with the bees, is like, good talk, and then goes back home. No. He leaves the bees, the shot pulls back to reveal, everybody's gathered, everybody's ready to go. So this is literally the last thing he does. The last thing perhaps he will ever do at the Ridge is go and talk to those bees. Okay, so the caravan heads out. So Claire and Jamie are on the road. There's Kings Mountain. Jamie, I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm not seeing the Ridge again. I was like, we know that, Jamie, because you've said it
17 million times. But that's okay. Say it again. Fanny's going to cry, and you're going to talk about not being afraid of dying.
So we meet up with Cleveland. And basically this is all exposition about setting up the battle and what we need to know. Ferguson has taken the high road, and by that I don't mean that he's become a nice guy. I mean that they're going to be on top of the hill.
I'm going to be off camera. Keep talking.
Okay. Just don't point it at me.
Keep talking.
I think you're going to be okay doing that. Yeah, I think it's more
keep talking.
Okay. The British are not this is what he said, it's sort of a mix. It's not a full-on redcoat operation. That there are a lot of British soldiers that are in plain clothes. Ferguson is wearing a pink checked shirt and he's riding a white stallion, so that's how you'll know him. But many of the British men are in street clothes. I don't know how people told the difference between the two. If you're shooting, or if you're Jamie with your sword, how do you know it's not friendly fire? I don't know. Anyway, the sides are pretty evenly matched in numbers. So the plan is that, yes, the British are trying to take the top of this hill, and the rebels will attack them on all sides and surround them. That's what you need to know. I could not love this more. Frank's voice is the narrator of the battle.
Oh my God.
Frank is the let's get ready to rumble guy of this battle, you guys. Okay? Frank is let's get ready to battle! Okay? It's so great. It's so great. And I like how, Frank's voice, he sounds out of breath when they're, running around or whatever.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's so, he's not just, it's not a narration of, and then the Highlanders did da-da-da-da-da. No, it's like it's very emotional or I don't know, whatever. I just loved it. I loved it. Love it. Okay. Jamie and Claire, another I don't want you to die exchange.
Skip over this.
Yeah, we get it. Then they start talking about the whole like Jem and Mandy thing. Why? So no, there was one payoff on this, which is a very funny thing. But like to have this whole thing go on for this one payoff wasn't worth it. So Jem and Mandy can hear each other. We know that, and they can hear Bree and Roger, and they can hear Clara, but they can't hear Jamie. He's a different color. You know, he's the color of water, and it's like, well, is it blue water or like brown water or whatever? So then Jamie's like, okay, I have 3 requests. Okay.
Hang on though. Why was that in the book? The whole like, I love the storyline of like. Mandy and dreams and knowing things. I love that kind of stuff. But I just felt like this was...
I think it was.
Was this a big, huge situation in the book that they needed to touch on? In the
Well, this is the thing.
They gave it 30 seconds. Like, why bother? About Davy in the water. Why? Did I
because they're trying to... I don't know why they're doing this. And maybe this is part of the... I got the sense that this didn't happen here. That this is a conversation they had, but maybe it's 2 different conversations that they spliced together and put it here. Because they're trying to get in as much, this is the last shot, get in as much of the good Diana stuff as possible. Yeah, I mean, part of it has to do also with like Jamie's, one of his wishes was like, you know, find a priest and have a mass said for me. Mm-hmm. Great. Mm-hmm. Take all the kids, take Bree, Roger, and all the kids, except for Davy, because he can't travel, so leave him with me. And get the hell out of Dodge. And Claire.
Yeah.
Claire's like...
Who'd he say? Marsley? Who'd he say to leave him
No,
with?
he said Ian.
Oh, Ian. Ian will raise him. Rachel will raise him. She's raising everybody's kids.
The fact that Jamie, like... Sometimes Jamie will just come out with these things of like, and I feel like he really believed it. Like that's what they do.
And
you know, growing up, everybody,
yes.
all the parents died, and you just throw the kids off to another family.
Can you imagine going through the stoves with your whole family except for your baby? And
Claire's like, Jamie,
I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
I don't think that's something Bree would really want to do. So I'm gonna put the kibosh on that one. And then the third one was Remember Me. And again, like I get the payoff. It was very funny, but like, is it worth a payoff to have this conversation another time? Yeah, it feels like they're trying to cram as many great Diana, Claire, and Jamie lines into one episode.
Right,
and it's a lot.
And if you can't do it justice, don't.
And then randomly, because maybe I finally saw him after, like, it's, 45 minutes into the episode and I haven't seen him yet, I'm like, you know what I want to hear from? I want to hear from Buck.
Oh, I love Buck so much.
I want to hear Buck's perspective on all of this. His perspective would be interesting. And it doesn't have to be, like, a goodbye, Jamie. Like, I know we have known each other very long, Buck, but, like, I'm going to die at this battle in case you didn't know. So it's been nice knowing you.
Buck, I'm going to leave you, the butter churner.
Would you like to take Davy?
Buck, you're probably missing your family, and Davy needs a parent. We'll give him this.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Yeah, I just thought his perspective would be interesting. Like, whatever. I don't know. Okay, and here's the scene that I fast forwarded twice.
Okay, I am sorry, but your neighbors weren't having a party. And look at that window. They can see right in. I was like, I am not leaving this on when I've got, 20-year-olds out there yelling.
Yeah, the sex scene, I fast forwarded it both times. Sorry,
I want to watch it. I may have to go back. That I might go back and watch.
I just...
Been there,
There's a reason why there aren't sex scenes like this in the books anymore. And I mean, and I don't want to say, and it's not because Jamie and Claire are older and don't have sex, because that's, of course
silly,
they do.
Right.
For me, it totally took me out of the story because what we're seeing are 40-year-old bodies. 40-year-old, Hollywood bodies. I mean, they have great bodies, both of them. But,
My guess is that most Outlander fans, especially like around our age, are like, yeah, it's awesome, but we're not there anymore. We're not where we used to be.
Right.
5 seasons ago when we were like, now it's like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I liked the scene in the bed earlier.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Give me another one of those.
That was the intimacy I needed.
Right. And you know what? The best part of this whole scene, I said I did like Claire watching Jamie as he slept afterwards.
Yes.
Like, that was, like, the tenderness, and, like, he was just not aware at all. Like, I really loved that.
And thinking I might never see this again.
Right.
I might never see that arm again.
Right. I loved that. The sex scene, like, and I mean, people are going to love it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Just
no,
like,
hey, listen, I'm not faulting anybody who loved it. Good for you.
I'm old and jaded, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. We're into the pre-battle now.
Oh my god.
And let's just say Ian is warred up. Yeah.
Ian was awesome. I just loved.
Sean Bell.
See,
when did you get to be, I mean, because you actually used to be, but you just haven't been in a war in a while. Ian is such a badass.
Well, especially when he's that.
Oh my god.
Like, even in the beginning with the Celtic Cross, I was like, yeah, calm down. This,
in
I was like...
battle?
I was like mesmerized.
Stunts?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I want to watch that again just to make sure. Like, and it looked like he did his own stunts and stuff.
And his are different. His fighting style is not the same.
Right, it's a Mohawk fight.
It's Mohawk.
I sort of thought maybe there'd be a couple more Mohawk there, but but no, there weren't. But and then Jamie is killed to them. Yeah. And then this is just all my thoughts on the pre-battle. Which Beardsley is there and which one got to stay behind?
Oh my god!
Like, why aren't both Beardsleys there? Like,
and how come we never see one at home when the other one's off at whatever?
Right.
I'm like, did he leave her?
I mean, did the one? No, they both have their fingers cut off, so it's not like that they're missing some fingers. Because who cares? And then they would both not be at war. No, like it is a little weird. It is a little weird unless they did the thing and I just didn't get it with that they were both there, but like maybe one's hair is a little more messed up than the other one's hair or something. I don't know.
Right.
Jamie gives his final speech to rouse the troops. At this point, I was like, okay, I feel like I've already seen 3 Jamie speeches today to rouse the troops. I'm all good with speeches.
That was the one when he was like up on the rock and everybody was listening.
As opposed to the one where he was up on something else and everyone was listening. Okay, so they head out. Jamie and Claire have a little exchange in Gaelic, which means I love you for all eternity or something like that. Now, I have to say, because a lot of people are complaining, like Jamie's last words weren't like, I'm not scared, Claire, or I forgive me, Claire.
Because he said
he's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be, I love you.
End.
If I didn't say I love you, it's because I didn't have time. And to those people, I say, they were his last words, because this is it. This is it. He, because he's a dumbass, doesn't think that Claire is going to run after him and follow him and, be a pain in the ass on the battlefield.
When do we get to discuss that?
I don't know why, because he's been married to her for 7 million years. He's known her forever, but he didn't anticipate to see her. Like, this isn't the last time I'm seeing you, because of course you're not going to do what I say, and you're not going to stay behind, and you're going to run after me. But he didn't think that, and these are his last words to Claire, theoretically, and it is I love you in Gaelic. So I am all good with that. And anything else is frosting on the cake.
I'm fine with it either way. It didn't even faze me. Let me know when I can.
Okay.
Speak freely.
You'll know. And I absolutely adore Jamie's final bow to her as he leaves.
Oh, I know.
It was just like they have this exchange, they kiss, and then he goes. That was great.
She might as well have been in the red dress.
Okay, then I started interjecting some of my own thoughts as I'm watching this. So I really need to remember their perspective, that Jamie is prophesized to die. They are taking it so seriously, but as an audience member, it's really hard to do so. And you know how I like to put like myself in their mindset a lot? Like, when you think about it, Jamie really does. I'm really thinking Jamie really believes, I'm not getting out of this. I'm not getting out of it. I'm not getting out of it.
Well,
I think Claire, Claire's like, what does Frank know? And they've prophesized our deaths before, and whatever.
I think that Jamie believes it wholeheartedly because of a sort of very strange mutual respect that he and Frank have. Across the centuries, across time.
Interesting.
He and Frank have come to an understanding, and
Claire,
that's why he believes
Frank
it.
hates my guts, but I'm sorry. Frank hates my guts, but he's not going to lie to me.
Right? No. Yes, and Frank also, I think he knows that Frank knows that he would take care of Claire and Bree, and Frank got 20 years with her and got to raise Bree. You know what I mean? So he knows that Claire wouldn't be with some jerk. He knows that Frank has good intentions, and he just, beyond his good intentions of writing that book, he and Frank have a connection and an understanding and a mutual respect for each other, and he knows damn well that Frank's telling the truth. Now, whether or not Frank's correct is another story, but he knows Frank thinks he's correct.
And Frank's not writing this just to F over Claire.
Yeah, not at all.
Right. I completely agree. All right, here we go to the battle. So the first thing is the local guy, and I don't remember his name. I keep wanting to call him Hiram Crombie, but I don't think...
that guy. I was like, bye!
That guy, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, local guy, but he gets shot right off the top.
Yeah, good.
So this is... in the Rebels, so the goal is very like, British are at the top, Rebels need to get to the top. So they're just working their way up. This is great because it's so Claire. It's Claire and Roger, they're like starting to roll up some bandages or whatever, and then the sounds of battle starts, and Claire is just done. Claire is packing her bag, and she looks at Roger, she's like, don't try to fucking stop me.
Yeah. Yes.
And Roger's like, oh, as if.
Right, exact. Roger's like,
as
no, I don't think so.
Like, I am a minister, and I don't even think the Lord could do that.
Right. But I did in my head, here we go again with something just taking, half of me loved the line, loved her delivery of it, loved his reaction, all of it. The other half of me was like, I feel like the past couple of episodes, Claire's had a good, solid fucking something. And I feel like, what happened to Bloody? Remember Claire used to always say, Bloody?
You bloody scoundrel!
I know what it was last
week.
You
bloody Scot!
And whatever she said, I don't know. I feel like I kind of wish she would have said, Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ. But whatever.
Well, no, we talked about that last week. We did talk about it last week, and I felt like Jesus H. Roosevelt Christ is more like when you see something shocking and you're like, oh my God. Yeah. It was when she said fuck for when what's his name was fishing or finishing fishing.
Yes, and you had a good point.
It wasn't
a different
like
reaction.
It's a surprise reaction.
Yes.
This was a like, reaction.
And honestly, don't you try to fucking stop me holds more weight than don't you try to bloody stop me.
Oh, no. You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess that's... all right, I'm good.
It's also...
Sometimes I have to have this conversation and work it out in my head.
Maybe there's a little bit, too, of, like... Because I do like when this happens, when Roger, Claire, and Bree, like, speak modern day. Like they're speaking a language that they only understand.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she would say fucking to Jamie, too. But, like, Roger's going to get it more.
Right.
Yeah. She would feel more comfortable saying it to Roger, maybe.
Right. I had an issue with this.
With the big house?
With Claire just taking off from the medical area. Like, she has always been, and again, she's got tunnel vision to her husband, and boy, I get that. But at the same time, Claire has gone against Jamie before because, she took the oath, and she's a doctor of medicine, and she has to take care of people.
Right.
So she takes her bag and takes off. And I'm like, you're supposed to be here taking care of people when they get brought down. Or like, at this point, I don't know how to feel. I'm like, all right, she took her bag. At least she's planning on maybe going halfway and whatever. Keep going. And
I think you're right.
I'm going to revisit this when we get there.
I think you're right. And I think, but if you notice, like there weren't people sort of left behind picking up the wounded and transporting them to Claire.
They weren't wounded yet, number one. And number two, there were people in the tent, like other people getting things ready and whatever.
Oh, see, I didn't see them. But okay, then I'm fine with that. As long as there's other people.
I don't know how many other people, maybe two, maybe a woman and a man. I don't know. I really... But I see what you're saying. Claire has gone against Jamie time and time again and been like, oh, I'm a doctor, I have to.
Right. But again, it's
all
different now.
And Frank, and she believes Frank as much as she doesn't want to.
Right, yes. Right. It's different now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's different now.
It was a very 50-50 episode. Half of me was here and half of me was there, and I knew this was right, but I thought about this. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're at the big house. The ladies are shucking the corn and shelling the peas. And this is where, I mean, we already talked about this a little bit, but then Fanny, you know, they're all like, oh, it's so scary, like, whatever. And Fanny's like, you can see she's like,
oh, shut up.
And then she's like, hey, guys, we can't think all that. We have to be positive because they're going to feel us. We're on the battlefield with them, right? And
accentuate the positive.
And Bree and Rachel and Lizzie are all like, "You're right, Fanny. Let's go get him."
With the broad. When you're right, you're right. Like so much of this kept feeling like they were gonna break into song and dance.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, I mean, like you just sort of
and Lizzie, like I wait, is that her name?
Lizzie? Yeah.
With the Beardsleys. Oh, I was happy to see her.
I know. I'm glad she got a line.
I was happy to see her. We haven't seen her in a while.
It really kind of was. Like, it was nice. It was nice to have her moment. It was nice to have Rachel have a little moment. I kind of wish there was a little more meat to that scene and not just Fanny being all like, the sun will come out tomorrow.
100%. And I'll tell you what else I liked about it. There was zero, well, maybe there was actually. Okay, there wasn't zero currentism. Fanny was currentism a little bit because I don't know that a young girl like that would be schooling the older ladies. But it was so what would have happened. They would have been left behind. They would have been home cracking the peas or the beans. And no, they were shucking the corn. Is this hand shucked? They would have been shucking the corn because it was the 18th century and they were the women folk. So, like, I liked seeing something that happened the way it really would have.
Okay, sorry. I'm, like, looking for something that, I really wanted to,
Oh, look, there's Buck, finally.
Talk about, like, Buck.
Okay, so we're in the battle.
So they're getting closer. The rebels are getting closer. Then they get the order to switch to swords. I don't know that I got that order exactly. Like, I don't know I understood that order.
Well, I was like, are the Brits gonna do it? Like, you're all switching to swords, but are they?
Like, they're not at the top of the hill. Are the Brits coming down the hill? Like, I didn't quite get that. If anybody is like a military person and gets the military strategy and can explain it to us, if you could do so in the comments, that would be great. Because I didn't really get it. Like
I don't know. I mean, you know, maybe that was in the book. Maybe that was something they would.
It's more hand-to-hand combat, I guess.
And
but
it's more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Swordy?
Not animalistic. More
cannibalistic.
More. This is such an easy word that I'm forgetting, you guys, right now. Sister Mary menopause.
I don't know. Whatever.
Violent is the best thing I can come up with right now.
Okay. All right. So then we see Claire and Roger. They're on the battlefield looking for Jamie. They find what's his name from the ridge. I'm sorry, what's his name? I don't remember your name. I just kept calling you Hiram Crombie because you look like him, but I know you're not. Evan Lindsay, maybe? Is it Evan Lindsay? Is it Evan Lindsay? Is it Evan Lindsay? I don't know. He's gone. They close his eyes. R.I.P.
So you're talking about now that Claire's already up there.
She's not up the hill, but she and Roger have just... Way. Yeah, she and Roger are on the battlefield. Claire,
just like these men who have been training for weeks, if not months, or came from a military background and are, in their plain clothes fighting. And Claire, who's doing this? I mean, honest to God, I was mad for Tom. I am sorry, but he would have been like...
I don't even know. This
he would have been like...
This would have been... Yeah.
Oh my God. The last thing Jamie Fraser needs to worry about is Claire on the battlefield. Yeah, guess what, honey? That's a surefire way to get him killed.
But again, if you're Jamie and you're not thinking that Claire is not going to stay put and she's going to be on this battlefield
was it from the book?
I think Jamie at this point is like, I'm going to be dead in about 5 minutes anyway. Like,
was this from the book?
I believe so.
Because I was like, what? I know how Claire is. I know she doesn't stay put. That's the beauty of Claire. But come on. She takes her little gun. Like, come on. She would have to know that all you're going to be is a distraction for him, and he's not going to be at 100% now because he's going to be worried about you dipshit.
Claire held her own.
Claire come on. I'll never get over it. I'll never get over it.
Yeah, we have something more to talk about, and we've already talked about it a little bit, and it's Ian and the hotness.
Oh, Lord, the red and he's like doing these moves. This like... I was like, wow, where's that been for the past however many seasons? Could we have a little bit of that? Get a little piece. Wow. Do we have a picture with him? Did we get a picture with him? I feel like we didn't.
I think I took a video of him, but I don't think we got a picture now. No, I don't think we did.
Anyway.
Wow.
Just wow. That's where he excels.
John Bell,
that is where he excels.
I would love to just talk to him about the special effects and the training and the not the special effects, the
loud environment.
My ear really hurts now.
I think it was you.
I've been sitting here going like, wow, is Carol that loud when we do these videos and we're not together? She's really loud.
I'm telling you, it was you.
Not special effects. What am I thinking of? Stunts. Thank you.
He just stay in action films.
He must just love that.
Holy
oh my
cow,
God,
he's very good.
So good.
But this was different. This wasn't an action film. This wasn't a grab your gun and jump in the car. This was him. The physicality. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, so awesome.
I know.
I bet you a part like that will never come along again. You know what I mean? And they might try, but who knows what will happen.
So good. All right, so we're sort of like a montage of stuff is happening here. Claire thinks she sees Jamie roll down the hill. I think we all kind of thought that. But it's not him. She's what the hell? Like, who are you? Get away.
I just want you guys to know that before that, Tracy had in all caps, we need to talk about Ian and the hotness. All right, sorry. Claire tries to make her way.
It's just them. Claire's trying to make her way up the hill. I like this beard, like Jamie. See, this is the other thing. Like, they're trying to fake you out because around every corner is some guy about to kill Jamie.
Yes, that was cool.
And then Jamie gets saved by something, and I like that Barrett Policeman took out the guy with a hatchet.
Yes, and
that was great.
Awesome, and I also have to say, as much as I'm laughing or joking about Claire, when it comes to Katrina and when it comes to that scene and everybody, it was like a dance. I mean, and it worked. Mm-hmm. It worked. There was no time that I was like, oh, come on, that was stupid. That, that flip it worked completely.
And the thing with the Beardsley twin too, he was so I did good. Look at me.
Look what I
did.
Oh, I was like...
I saved Jamie Fraser. How about me?
I was more than golf clapping for him. Okay. Oh, by the way, I haven't said yet. Because I said to you earlier, I started to say this, and I was like, no, I'm going to save it. I was screaming at the TV like it was like a football game. I was screaming at Claire. Oh, yeah. Just like I just said. You know, Chip, what do you remember? And then the beard's like, I'm like, yes. It was so awesome.
I don't know which beard it was. They need to wear t-shirts that say their names. Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I just said, give me a show starring Ian and Buck just going to battle every day. And I will watch the shit out of that show.
Oh, my God.
Okay. This was a little weird. Some redcoat approaches Claire. She shoots him. I was like, what's the guy going to do? Kill a random woman on the battlefield? Well, like, he's coming at her with a gun. Like, he's going to shoot her. And it's like, dude, she's a woman. Like, what? What the hell? And she's just like, she's very Indiana Jones. She's like, oh, get out of my face.
But like, he's not expecting to see a woman.
Yeah, that would be my reaction, or I would think that would be the guy's reaction. Is like, huh? How'd you get here? Be like seeing a 5-year-old on the battlefield. Like, what? Okay,
that was just a bit of fun.
That was a fun. So the British finally seem to be retreating. Claire Sergeant sees Jamie. Here comes Ferguson on horseback about to get Jamie, but Jamie gets him instead. Yes. Frank was wrong. Suck it, Frank. Suck it. You suck, Frank.
But I knew, I was well aware that Claire's hair was still very dark.
Yeah. So Claire heads back to the wounded. Jamie is, I think they have a little, I didn't write it down, but they have a little like hug or whatever. Whatever. But she's going to head back to the wounded. Jamie is feeling a bit more confident. Ferguson is captured on the ground. Jamie, do I have your surrender? Ferguson, I will never surrender. Pulls out a gun and shoots. And like I said, we already talked about this. This was like, I mean, I guess there are like British officers that are that douchey and would do that, I suppose. But you've seen enough like of these battle movies and shows where like an officer has honor. Like,
yes, they did, but you're forgetting about the two words, movies and shows. I mean, look at the Battle of Paoli. Look at the Battle of Paoli.
Like, Ferguson in this battle didn't, historically, I think Ferguson gets killed in this battle, but it's not because he, took out an officer in cold blood after he had supposed to have been surrendered.
I am going to say that I wouldn't be totally shocked. I'm not... Like, I know the whole honor thing, I get it, but I wouldn't be totally shocked. Look at what happened after Culloden. They were killing prisoners. Yes.
Yeah, but that's prisoners, not officers. I mean, I don't know.
He's still a prisoner, though.
I also think, though, that they have said that in the past that Ferguson doesn't really play by the rules and is kind of a douche. So, maybe that's it. Whatever. It was weird to me.
I feel like I had to... Jamie, the way he said it. The way he said, did he even say, do I have your surrender?
He said, do I have your surrender?
But he didn't say it like that. He was like, yeah! Do I
have your surrender, loser?
He was like Chris Rock.
Okay, yeah, I said, I hate how this goes down. When does weapon be taken? For the love of God, he's a prisoner.
Right.
What happened to searching the prisoners and taking their weapons?
Somebody didn't do their job.
He shoots Jamie in cold blood. In the book, it feels more organic. Jamie is shot in battle, more like Ferguson gets him instead of Jamie disarming him. Again, I get the gotcha, wanting to have a gotcha moment. Okay, great, fine, whatever. Jamie gets shot, and Claire stops and goes like this.
And Carol goes, oh, come on, that wound is way lower than the heart. He could be okay.
And then she looks for blood in her own hands. Oh my God. That
when she was like
crazy.
This. She felt it.
That was crazy. The wound is really bad because Jamie has the blood coming from his mouth. And that's never a good sign. That's never a good sign. That was, to me, did you ever see Cold Mountain?
Yes.
That is Inman. This is Inman because you don't really realize that Inman's been shot.
I don't know.
This movie's like 30 years old, so tough. I'm spoiling it. You don't realize it until he goes like, and then he goes, and that's the blood comes out, and that's how you know.
You know what? I can only think of one, and I can't remember what movie it was where somebody lived after that, and I was like, but he had the blood.
But he had the blood. He had the blood. Well, have you? Here's the thing. Have you ever had a really bad nosebleed?
Oof.
I will have a bad nosebleed like once a year, maybe every other year. I haven't had one, knock on a million miles of wood because it sucks. In a couple years, but like it comes out your mouth. Like everything
so
runs
gross.
Down here and comes out your mouth,
so
and you
gross.
feel like you just got shot.
It's so
It's
gross.
just like this is
Taste
it is.
disgusting.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's all so gross. It's terrible.
Yeah, no,
it's gross. Okay, so this is. I mean, it's not at all funny, but it's sort of funny. It becomes like a scene from that scene from Airplane, where like the lady's kind of freaking out and everyone's getting in line to like smack her around.
Oh my
That's like what happens with Ferguson. They all line up.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, everybody takes their turn.
Like buck,
and then
boom.
I loved Ian.
And then Ian with the tomahawk.
Usually I look away with stuff like that. I wanted to see that guy's head split in two.
I feel like Ian's tomahawk got him in the whats.
I don't know where.
In the in the man parts.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I missed it.
But
I was paying attention so hard, I missed it.
Okay. So then just everything happens at once. Claire gets to Jamie. Everyone, like we said, everyone's in the circle staring. Like, can't anyone help her?
Yeah. Well, and I'm like, oh, really, Claire? Maybe your bag would have helped you that you left back there and didn't even go back for.
And we've talked about this before. It's Jamie. I'm just gonna read what I wrote here. Jamie to Claire, forgive me, Sassenach. Katrina gives an amazing performance.
Oh God,
she's again,
guttural.
Again, like I miss healer Claire. I wrote down, at her heart, being a physician is as much a part of her as being the other half of Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to do everything she can to stop it.
Right.
They seem to have made the decision to remove that aspect. The book is the book and the show is the show, but I would have liked to see a little more, fuck this, I'm not going to let him die.
Didn't make sense.
She's 100% the wife and 0% the healer here. That's what they decided to do. That's not what happens in the books. It is what it is. The book is the book. The show is the show. Decide if you like it or not. Like,
I don't.
I like it from. Well, you haven't read the books, so that's a good.
Yeah. Claire is always Claire. Claire would have ripped that shirt open and been screaming and yelling at everybody. 100%.
I mean, Claire. It's not like Claire hasn't been in this situation before,
right?
With having to
fix him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. It took me so far out of the scene. I didn't believe it at all.
Now, granted, this is really bad, and it's really bad, really fast. But the snake bite, for example,
mm-hmm.
And even the snake bite was not going to kill him. It
right.
was going to make him It was going to make her have to amputate his leg.
Right.
This is. I mean, it's really bad. Like I said,
but again, it's Claire.
But I said Katrina gives an amazing performance, very primal and guttural.
Yes.
But would Claire react this way?
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
No.
I guess TV Claire would.
No.
So that's just kind of what I thought. Like, maybe what I'm looking for is a happy medium. Give it a little bit of a try, but like very quickly realize there's no try.
No, it's the last show of the series, and you're making Claire someone else, and I don't like it.
Okay. Sometime later, I'm like, did everyone just clear out and leave them there? Only Ian and Roger are left. They're like, so Ian, I don't know, Raj, yeah, this is awkward. Roger is like, we've lost him, Claire. He just needs to rest. I mean, what can you say? Like, this is all really good. This is all really good at this point.
I'm gonna contradict myself. Maybe that was Claire's way of fixing him. Maybe she knew there's no way I can physically fix him, and dove right into the spiritual because she's the La Dame Blanche.
I don't think she realized that, though. Like, I don't think she had a plan of, like, well, I'm the Dame Blanche, so, like, if he gets shot, I can always save him with my blue light special.
Right, but maybe she didn't know. Maybe she just went with her gut.
No, this is very much the same reaction as Faith, who didn't really live. Sorry, no. This is the same reaction as Faith.
We wouldn't have had Fanny crying every 5 minutes.
It is don't touch. This is don't touch her.
She was sick and out of her mind when that happened.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but
and Jamie has been hurt before, and she jumps into action. This is the only way I can like wrap my brain around it, is that maybe she let her intuition take over, and in not helping him, she was helping him.
Right. I mean, like by she can't leave him, because even though he's clearly dead, and he's clearly dead for, like 24 hours. I don't know that, as I said in the books, I don't know that that's the case. It's not clear at all how long he's dead for.
I am so grounded in reality. I would be like, as upset as I was, I'd be like, get him up. The wild animals are going to come in.
I know. Well, that's why I was like, where's the vultures? And all right, so nighttime, they're still there. Everybody left. Wouldn't they be circled by coyotes at this point?
Keep going.
It did look like, so I didn't notice this in the first watch. And then I was reading, people was like, the blue light is there. You just have to really watch for it. Mm. And so when it's nighttime, it is tinged with blue. Like the darkness is tinged with a little, like it's almost the shadows are those like sort of bluish shadows, but that's not the blue. You do see it when they fade to go to the flashbacks. There's the blue light, yes.
I just have to say that in my mind, the only way that I can be okay with it is that I figured that they were just beyond the tree line, like where somebody was posted.
Oh, the people were still there.
Stay but don't
bother her.
Out of respect, stay behind the tree, but you watch.
And shoot any coyotes that come over.
Yeah, shoot any coyotes, exactly. In the pitch black.
I do like that they're lying on stones.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Like, that was very cool.
That's interesting.
Okay, so it's the morning. Roger's back. Time to bury him, Claire. I was like, I should hope so. Vultures must be there at this point. There are some things, there are some things that must happen now, Claire. Let's take him home. Claire, he is home. And then...
What'd you think about that line? He is home.
He's with me.
I was trying to figure it out. I was like, I love a line like that.
It's like there's a Billy Joel song called "You're My Home." You see my look in my eyes, and you see the crazy gypsy in my soul. I'm not gonna sing the whole song, but like it's one of my favorite Billy Joel songs. It's really great. You're my castle, you're my cabin, I'm my instant pleasure dome. I need you in my house because you're my home.
This is bookends too.
Yeah.
This singing is bookends.
Oh, what did I say?
From the day when I used to be forced to sit in the car and sing her songs that she made up herself. Wait. Okay, so in the morning, went into a second night.
No. This is the more. Well, I don't know.
Roger's back. Time to bury him, Claire. Hope so. Vultures must be there at this point. There are some things that must happen now, Claire. Let's take him home.
He is home. And then you see, it's still during the day, and you see her sort of curled up again, and that's where you see the blue light.
Was Roger there?
We don't know, because it's sort of a tightest shot of them. I mean, again, in the books, it's sort of implied that they're there, that they never leave.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ugh. Here we go. Flashback. So, like, in the biggest, Captain Obvious moment of the series or life, Jamie is the ghost. Like, let me ask you this. Everybody's always like, and no shade on anybody who does this, but, a lot of people are like, they better say who the ghost is. Like, if they leave us hanging about the ghost, like, whatever. Number one, I've never been cared about the ghost. Number one, because Diana has said it's Jamie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But number two, like, of course it's Jamie. Who else would it be? Like, and number three,
he was in full
regalia. You see number two. Like, I don't, like, it's just...
I don't know, but what did you think about it here? Because I think it was serving it was not serving a purpose, but satisfying the masses. And I was like, I didn't feel like it had place where it was. I felt like it was disjointed. And it was the real... First, I was like, oh, they have Sam wearing a wig. And then I'm like, yes, Tobias is back. And I'm like, wait, this is the very first.
Yeah, they cut the new Jamie stuff.
Yeah.
Into the first season episode.
But I was like, is this even new Jamie? Or is this Jamie the whole first the first episode?
No, we didn't see it in the first episode. We don't see who the ghost is. They shot new I read this somewhere. They shot new scenes with Sam Heughan where he's young Jamie.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they spliced it in.
Okay.
Like the whole Frank being like, "Can I help you with something?" That's he didn't reshoot that. Like that's all from.
I wish they could have done it.
I know. I really held hope. Everybody's like, he was busy and he said he was. I was like, yeah, that's what they want you to think.
Well, I don't even care about that because I still. It's all about me. I got to see Tobias again. I wished that they would have done a little bit more like CGI or whatever the hell they would have had to do to see Jamie walk through Frank. They just had Jamie walk past Frank, and then Frank turned around and Jamie was gone. But didn't he say it was like he walked through me
wouldn't
or
that
something?
Bother him? I don't know.
Anyway, doesn't matter. It's silly, but I was like, oh, couldn't they have made him more ghosty?
So the ghost Jamie ends up at the stones. He touches the stone, and these flowers magically appear. Yeah. So does the ghost create the flowers so Claire will find them? The implication is that the flowers aren't there until Jamie's ghost magically makes them grow. And then Claire comes and discovers the flowers.
It's the whole life cycle, and it's the whole...
I like it. You know what? I like it because I always thought that the ghost was Jamie and that he was there to make sure that Claire comes back to him.
Yes.
Or comes to or arrives.
I like to look at it in like a reincarnation.
Like it's time. Like it's time. Like the ghost is Jamie having lived his life and going back to be like, it's time. It's time for Claire to come to me. Not to die, I don't think. That to come to discover it, to have their life. You know, maybe it just repeats on a loop.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah. Then we see what I call the Twilight montage.
It was
so good.
Oh my god. 1,000 years. I loved
every day waiting for you.
It was so totally.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Any montage of the whole series from start to finish to music to a really good song.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Sign me up. The history of Jamie and Claire and their existence. Oh my God! See, I'll thank you to take your hands off my wife.
One of my favorite lines in the entire series. I'll thank you to take your hands off my wife.
I was just like, okay, I'll watch season 1 of Outlander again.
Right. I'd rather read it. I think I want to read the book again.
It was so good. And you see, I'm gonna cover this up because I don't want you to see what I wrote here.
I did not.
And back to the present and the slow zoom. They have this like portrait almost of them. It's like a very John and Yoko kind of feel, like that album cover where they're both naked, where she's on her side almost, and he's on his back, and they zoom in, and then you're just watching them at the same time. Their eyes open and they gasp. Blackout.
So she was dead too.
Is that what you think?
Well, she gasped. Why would she gasp if it was at the same time? You could see her gasping at him gasping.
Mm-hmm. Before we talk about the meaning of this, I want to talk about the epilogue because that sort of ties in it for me a little bit. And again, remember at the beginning of this, I said this is my interpretation because I like it and whatever. I
missed some of this because in my mind I was just with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. I didn't think of that at all, but you've never seen brilliant. The movie Far and Away. I love Far and Away. And we talk about how I don't care if people didn't like it or if it got panned or if it this or if it that. I love the movie Far and Away. Shannon. And it tells a very truthful story about what it was like for the Irish coming here in the 19th century.
It's so far and away. Oh my God.
Watch
so
Far and Away.
It's
if
really
you
good.
love Outlander,
everybody's
you'll
always
love
like,
Far and
oh,
Away.
it's a really bad Ron Howard. It's a really bad
shut
No,
up.
I'm like, shut up. I
No,
love Far and Away
love
so
it.
much.
Love it. Shannon.
Oh, Shannon. Do you say that to Shannon?
Oh my God. No, but I haven't. Now I need to watch Far and Away again because I've forgotten all the lines I used to quote from it.
And wait, what was his name? It was Shannon and
Joseph.
Joseph. Oh, Joseph.
There's land, Joseph. There's land. And we're Irish, so the Irish accent's a lot easier than the Scottish accent.
Okay. So the epilogue which is you have to. This is why you should always watch the end credits because you never know.
I was like, I've lived this.
I know it's, and I think it's early on. I think it's like not in the 90s because just the clothing sort of seems a little like old, like vintage. And it's clearly a bookstore. Someone brings a whole stack of books. There's people in line, and it's Diana, and she's signing books. And like Carol said, we've done that. We've been there, done that at least 3 times, I would say.
First time we ever met her, we were wearing these shirts.
Maybe 4. And you know, and the woman's name is Karen, or right after Karen. So yay, Karen. And then they're like, yeah, I couldn't help but notice that book over there, like that, whatever. And she's like, oh, it's just a wee bit of inspiration. And it's Claire's little journal. Okay. So you think they're dead?
No, I think they came back to life. She brought him back.
Oh, I see. You think they were dead, or he was dead?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I think at the end of the day,
she laid down with him. Her hair turned white. I don't think she quite knew what she was doing. She even said that about the baby and stuff. And bottom line is, he came back, and she came. I don't know. I feel like, did she die of a broken heart alongside him? And once again, I feel like an asshole because here I am.
Okay.
But honestly, I felt like she sort of, he physically died and she sort of spiritually, or maybe it took everything out of her to bring him back.
It was totally like 7 or 11 in Stranger Things. In Stranger Things, Claire was like this.
Give me the ketchup. Give me the ketchup. Oh my God, if I knew you were going to say that, I would have had ketchup at the ready. If I saw that kid's nose bleed one more time.
My hernia is starting to pop out because I'm laughing so hard. Okay. No, I agree with you. I think yes, I think he's alive. I don't think they died. But again, I'm a book reader, and that's what happens in the book. But here's where my second watch, I had a insight. And my insight was that it doesn't matter because that's not the point.
No, it's not. Not at all. Doesn't matter.
And here's why I think that. It's the gasp. Again, this is my thing, so I don't care what you guys think. And you definitely are not gonna. You're gonna zone out because you don't know this. You don't get it.
Does it matter or?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I also feel like, who cares? He's alive. That's all I care about.
I think. Well, but I think that whether he's lived or died is not the point. If you guys hadn't caught on by now, I'm going to say, who lives, who dies, who tells your story. Maybe some of you are catching on now, so I will tell you where I went with this. Shut up.
I'm just cracking up. Maybe some of you are catching on now.
This is from Hamilton.
Oh.
There's always been some controversy. I mean, and I'm going to spoil here but who cares? Like, whatever. Hamilton is the story of Alexander Hamilton and his rivalry with Aaron Burr and his wife Eliza. And he obviously gets shot by Aaron Burr. He dies. And then there's the last number of the show is basically told from Eliza. And a big theme of the show is Alexander Hamilton is deathly afraid of not having his story remembered. Okay, he keeps saves everything, whatever. Like that's a big thing. Okay, And what Eliza says, and they go through a lot in their marriage, but what Eliza says is, I live another 50 years, and I make sure his story is told. Like, I tell his story everywhere. I do this, I do that, whatever. She starts an orphanage, whatever. We learn all the stuff that she does. And the very end of the show, Alexander Hamilton comes out, but it's not meant to be him. It's meant to be the writer of the show. It works a little better when it's actually Lin-Manuel Miranda, because he comes out, he's not dressed in modern clothes, but he looks maybe a little different than what, like, his hair is down or whatever. He and it's basically like, have I done, like Eliza's saying, have I done enough? Has it been enough? Whatever. He turns her around to face the audience. The lights come up a little bit. She sees the audience and she gasps and reacts like, and blackout. And that to me was like, that's what happened here. What happened here is who lives, who dies, who tells your story. It doesn't matter if he lives or he dies. What matters is that their story is told. And that is why the Diana ending is so brilliant.
Okay. I like it.
That's why the Diana ending is like, it's not just this cutesy thing that they did.
No.
And I really want to talk to somebody like a Matt Robertson or somebody like that. Like, were they thinking about this? Was that it's not about what happened to them. It's about the journey. It's about their story. That's what I got. Let's see what I hear. Like the ending much better on watch 2. The slow zoom in on their faces, their eyes open. The Eliza Hamilton gasp. Blackout. Very end. It's DG. She's signing back to Karen. She's asked about the little journal at her side. It's a wee bit of inspiration. That's what I got. So it's like Diana is the conduit through which this story is told. And that's my story.
I liked that they included Diana in it.
Yes. Yeah.
I more than liked it. I feel like that is called for. And I remember when she used to talk about how she and George R.R. Martin used to get together, every month for brunch and discuss how, like, no one else was doing this. Wrote these giant epic novels and they became TV shows, and it's really difficult because we don't have anyone else to really talk to about this. Mm-hmm. And that's just when they included her at the end, I was like, oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. No, it was great.
Because of having the blog, because of all those years we did all this stuff before they even talked about. Do you remember back when Diana used to talk about, oh yeah, somebody was going to write a screenplay. This person did write a screenplay. She didn't like it. Like, this all went on forever. And we came in late. You know what I mean? We read it in 2008-ish. And it was already how many years? Mm-hmm. So I love that they made it ultimately about the books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And about Diana. Because what do I always say? Love the actors. Such an amazing job. It's been such an amazing journey for us to experience it. But at the end of the day, it's always Diana. Diana is Claire. Diana is Jamie. Mm-hmm. Diana is always, and the woman can friggin' write.
Right.
So I was just I really appreciated the homage.
Right. And it's the story. It's the story. That's what matters. Right. That's what will go on.
Yeah, I did. Again, as someone who didn't read the end of that book, I didn't care.
Right.
And I would have been upset. I'm not saying I would have been mad. I accepted the ending before it ever happened. Mm-hmm. Because again, there's another book coming, this and that. But I was fine with it either way.
I didn't really want him to be dead.
Well,
I didn't want both of them to be dead. I thought that was weird. But again, if that was the case, like, it doesn't like the interpretation again, like, doesn't matter as much because it like the theme here is, does he live? Does he die? Doesn't like I said, like, his story is what's important, and his story and your story is what's important, and your story is what's important, and that is what's going to live on and on and on.
Okay, so wait. You give yourself the slow golf clap because remember when I was starting Dragonfly and Amber, and you were like, and I've told this story a couple times. Tracy was like, "All right, you're starting. Let me know when you're starting." And I was like, "All right, I'm starting." And she was like, "Okay, keep me posted. Let me know when you get to like just let me know," because she knew that after like a paragraph, I called and I was like, "He's dead," and she's like, "He's always been dead. The day the book series started, Jamie Fraser was dead," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's such a good point." And think about that now.
But Jamie says that. Jamie says that to Claire.
And think about that point now after what you just said. It's about the story. It's about the journey. It's not about...
Did he live or did he die?
Right.
Yeah. It's
and it's about the connection that these two people have. No matter what, it doesn't go away. And I won't get all, but it's the truth. It doesn't go away.
It's so thinking of it through that lens really helped me. It really helped me because I was not a big fan on the first watch. I was like underwhelming. Didn't love it. I mean, it had a lot of good to it, but I was able to tie everything together a little more. Thank you, Hamilton. Thank you, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Thank you to the Gasp. I would like to know what they intended the Gasp to be.
I just thought it was just neat. I feel like I've seen that before. Not
in Hamilton because you haven't seen that. No, I mean like there's all sorts of like like commentary about the Gasp in Hamilton. It's just like there's a reason why they just didn't open their eyes like Bella after she was a vampire. They both were like just because they're surprised to be alive.
Oh, I thought it was almost like a birth. Like a baby being born, taking
its first breath. Maybe.
Like a rebirth.
Maybe. That's
she brought him back. It was sort of poltergeisty. It was Carol Ann and her mother and Jo Beth Williams when they come through the ceiling, and then I'm being a wise ass, but
all right, Carol, we are
it's time.
2 hours and 7 minutes into this.
It is time.
Oh, you can't really see him here.
How you like me now?
Wait.
Oh, look at Jamie.
I still have a lot to think about with this episode, but I think that we've never met it more. Tell us in the comments what you thought. Tell us how you interpreted the ending.
If you liked the ending, and I can read your comments now because I won't get any spoilers because you're all in the same place as I am.
Right. I know a lot of people are like, are hoping for a movie or a continuation. I'm not of the camp that I think those guys are done.
After what I just saw, I feel like I don't want any more of that.
Right. I think they're done. I think they're done. I think this was a very definitive statement on anything in done in the future. Give us the Lord John show.
Oh my!
Give us the Lord John
God.
show. I like that they're like, nope, you're not getting another one of these. So give us the Lord John show.
Give us the Lord John.
Or I'm canceling Stars. If I don't hear about Lord, I have to watch the last episode of Blood of My Blood. But if I don't hear about some sort of Lord John show, I'm canceling Stars.
I mean, it would be. Holy cow, he's so easy to watch. Can William be in it too?
I know.
Oh my God, they're both so easy to watch together. That might be what I enjoyed the most about this season was William and Lord John.
They're really great. Oh, really great.
God.
Really great. And William became more palatable to me. He's still like, I think especially like earlier on in the season or even last season, he was a little hard to take, but
William, I still feel the same way I did when I made the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like Jamie, but snootier.
All right, you guys. It's been an honor and a privilege recapping the show. I'm I don't even know what to say. We should do another video on the show.
Let's take a breather and take a breath.
I think we all need to think through the show a little bit more.
Yeah, and also don't forget, come back. We'll let you know when we're going to be doing the video. It's not going to be long.
We're not going away.
It's like this coming week we're doing the video with Lisa about Scotland. So even if you're like, come watch anyway, because you'll get some info.
Yeah, and keep giving us ideas for things to do. And they don't have to be shows either. This is the thing too. I'm getting a lot of like, do Blood of My Blood or do whatever. We'll talk about like life. I mean, we'll talk about whatever. I
feel like one of the actors who's been doing this all these years. We need a break.
We need a break from the show.
We need a break from the show. But yeah, give us some other ideas. If you'll watch, that's the thing. It's a lot. So to do it and then not get the views because it's, it's not Outlander or whatever. If we see the same comments over and over and over again, that's a different story.
Yeah. All right, you guys. We're still on all the things. So, follow us, friend us, whatever. And we'll talk again.